Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the new Foxeer Predator Micro. This is a micro version of the Predator Mini that I reviewed about a month ago. Basically, it's the same camera. They've modified the firmware a little bit to fix some of the color reproduction issues, and basically they changed the casing to give you the micro form factor, and of course you get a different lens here. But the board and the sensor is the same. It's the same 4.3 1000 TV line sensor, and you can see the case is a little bit bigger here because that sensor is pretty big, for that super wide dynamic range. But the board itself, the 19x19 board in the back here, is the same as what was in the Predator Mini. And obviously you can probably imagine if you decase the Predator Mini, the board is going to be the same and the sensor is going to be the same. They just took a little bit of time to develop a new case here for the micro version and this new lens. This is an M8 lens with a 150 degree field of view. The field of view is pretty similar, if not almost exactly the same as the one on the mini version here. This is also a 1.8 millimeter lens, but we got a smaller form factor. Instead of an M12 lens, we got an M8 lens. Not sure if this is glass or plastic. I have to find out, but I'm thinking it's glass because I think the ones on the Aero Micro are also glass. So the optics are a little bit different because of the different lens. The color reproduction is different because of the way they changed the algorithm in the settings. I flew this completely stock, so obviously these settings could be adjusted somewhat, but it does look a little bit different from the version I've got here on the mini side here. This is a pre-production version, and I think they've changed the color reproduction algorithm on the firmware for the mini version. So I'm pretty sure the mini and the micro are probably shipping the same firmware algorithm now. Now, since the cameras are essentially the same, I'm not going to go over all the software setup and everything. The settings, camera settings and all that are going to be the same as on the mini. I'll refer you to the other video for the mini, put a card in the corner. You can check that out, and where I go over all the settings on the camera. They're all exactly the same. Obviously, the default settings are going to be a little bit different on the micro version. Not really a whole lot of difference, but you can see that the basic way that the camera works with a super wide dynamic range is basically functioning the same as before. So having this larger sensor here, you have a little bit bigger case, and overall the camera is a little bit bigger than your typical micro camera that's out there, and it also weighs a little bit more. So your typical, Aero Micro or Uncam Micro is going to be about 5 grams. This is running about 5.9, almost 6 grams in weight, obviously without any of the cables. But it still will fit most of the frames out there. I actually flew this in my Ascent V2 frame here, and I had it back kind of like this, and it still had decent protection from the frame. So you need something that will stick out a little bit more, or let the camera recess a little bit further back, so that you'll have protection for the lens. But this was fine in that particular micro, the little 2-inch micro was fine for that. So I'm not going to go into super details on all the camera specs. You can go to the other video here and a card in the corner for that one, and you can watch the original video on the mini. I believe the camera is pretty much the same. They're just giving you a different case here and different lens. And in fact, I've been told that if you want to convert some of your mini cameras, which I plan to do, to a micro, they have cases that'll be coming out and available that you can basically take the board out and then screw on this case and lens and basically turn a mini into a micro. So yeah, so there's really no point in me blabbing on about specs of the camera because they're basically the same as the other. You might as well go watch the video, and go ahead and I'll roll you some flight footage now.